And here we are. You may hear the sirens in the background announcing our arrival. It is Wednesday at noon Eastern Time, which of course means it's time for the High Noon Hemp Show. You find us video live and on demand, of course, on the Hemptations Beach Facebook page, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and at Hemptations on Twitter. If you want the audio, of course, just search the High Noon Hemp Show on either Podbean, Google Play, or the iHeartRadio app. You can find us everywhere, either in person or in audio, if you wish. I am Stoner Jesus. I perform various shenanigans and tomfoolery on the internet. If you want to go check it out, he is the man himself, high above the temptations in Sharonville, the hemp quarters, if you will. Beach, how are things this week, the week after July 4th, in the world of temptations?
Our alarms are on time this month. Everybody seems to be going off on time for the High Noon Hemp Show.
Ready.
The first Wednesday of the month at high noon. Here we are. Yes, it is true. I am Beach. I am high above the Sharonville location at what we call the hemp quarters for the High Noon Hemp Show. It is true. And things are good. Things are good. You know, we had a good Independence Day, I suppose. I mean, the stores were slow, but nobody got blown up or, no tragedies or anything happened. So that's always good, I suppose. And I didn't mention anything about, relative to Independence Day and hemp last week. We're actually closer, I think, to Independence Day this week. So, if you don't know, hemp was probably one of the most crucial aspects of the United States becoming the revolution and all those things. We would not have been as successful without hemp, and that is because hemp was on the sails of every naval vessel. All the ropes, uniforms, all those things. When we were fighting for our independence from the Europeans here in the United States, hemp was there. It was on the battlegrounds, so to speak. There was a battleship, the famous battleship, and I'm going to flake on the name, but they actually at one point or another rigged the ship with half Russian hemp sails and rigging and half American grown hemp and riggings to compare the two. And so again, that's how vital hemp was to the United States becoming the United States. Not a great day for the Native Americans, as I've always said. We took this land from people that already had it, if you want to talk about. And the reason we did that is because the Native Americans didn't believe in possessing the land. And so, therefore, it was easy for the Europeans to come over and bring their hemp, and they brought their hemp with them. When we came to the United States, there was no cannabis growing in the United States for any reason. It just was not here. It's not indigenous to this continent. And so, we brought it here to grow. It was a monetary, it was as good as money. Okay, so if you grew hemp, then that you could go and trade that in basically for money, knowing how vital it was to be growing hemp here when the Europeans showed up and began to take over the land that we now call the United States of America, which we have just celebrated our independence from Europe. But anyway, that's the relative. That's how important hemp was. For that all to happen. If we would not have had hemp, I don't. It's hard to say if our Navy would have been strong enough to compete with the British Navy. I don't know if the sales meant that much of a difference or not, but I suppose they did, because it was quite important for us to have hemp on our naval vessels. So important that Thomas Jefferson himself smuggled, I should say, not imported, illegally smuggled Russian hemp seed out of Europe to the United States. So that's how important it was um, then, uh, and then 200 years later or so, they made it illegal to grow. So anyway, we are back to now being able to grow hemp to defend America if we need to. And so there's your Independence Day / hemp lesson for this week, post Independence Day. Um, but going right into the product spotlights, this first picture is post Independence Day, and I definitely should have brought this up last week on last week's show because we sold a lot of dog treats. And these are the 3 different brands of dog treats that we currently carry: the Wilfred, Homestead, and Medterra. And again, I apologize for not talking about this last week for any of you dog owners. If you don't know, CBD is probably one of the best remedies that you could come up with that may work or be able to calm your dog during fireworks or thunderstorms. I do say that a lot on the show because it is true. We give Josie, our Doberman, um, CBD if there's a thunderstorm, and it's if we don't, it's just terrible. And if we do, she's much better at being able to go and actually lay down and not shake uh, like she's full of batteries. And so, uh, and right now that's the kind of storms we're having here in Cincinnati. If you live somewhere where there's a lot of thunderstorms and whatnot, and that does bother your dog, look into some CBD dog treats, um, because I'm convinced that they work, and I think a lot of dog owners are also convinced that they work. And we did have kind of a run on dog treats last week because of Independence Day and all the fireworks. So there's one from the store, as I like to say, 4 from the store, 1 from my door on the product spotlight. This second one, and the reason I bring this up is because last night was the medical marijuana meetup group that I go and talk hemp at. More, my role of being there, and the reason I was asked to be there by the organizer was for CBD, not for actually medical marijuana, and so, but it's at a brewery, and we were talking again last night. I was talking about a brewery's going to do. They're going to do an infused CBD beer, okay, which is just adding the CBD to the beer once it's made. And I always bring up that someone needs to do an actual hemp beer. These are actually hemp seed meal nuggets to make your beer for. So if you brew 5 gallons of beer at a time, then you can use these in there, and you can say you were making a hemp beer. And so there is a rumor possibly that a local brewery may be actually working on a hemp beer. So we'll see. We'll see. If you would like to work on one, these are at the Sharonville location. Uh, most of the products that I show are at the Sharonville location. We should have a little bit of this stuff everywhere, but if we don't, it's here. The next one, Day Trip sparkling water. We've been carrying this water for a while. It's quite popular. I love their name, and it's it's a summer thing, So sparkling water is still hot, and especially CBD sparkling water. You have 4 different flavors to choose from there: tangerine, lemon, lime, cherry, and coconut pineapple. So hop on in, and it's only what is 10 milligrams, which is actually that's a decent amount. 10 milligrams is a nice little amount of CBD, I think, um, for anyone at any time of the day. So enjoy those on these nice hot. Again, if you're in this area, if summer is here. We don't know if we announced that officially or not, but summer is officially here in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is hot and humid. And, I feel like the last couple summers, it hasn't been as humid. And we always used to complain about the humidity here. But this summer already, it is hot and humid. And I tell you what, there is a difference. You add that humidity, and it is miserable out. So stay hydrated, local people, and get yourself some day trip at any one of the Temptations locations. The next one is our gummies, and the only reason I'm really showing this is because now you can do just, and this is just in the 600 milligram container. I actually had a request from a parent who said her child really only liked the pineapple flavor, and so we worked on just making jars of the flavor. So our flavors are pineapple, lemon lime, and grape. Those are the three flavors that we do. And now, because it's usually mixed in the jar, now if you go into the stores, you should be able to find your favorite flavor. Mine is grape. I love our producers because every once in a while I get an extra little jar of grape gummies because he knows how much I love them. Don't eat them like candy because they are 10 milligrams of CBD per gummy. So just remember that. So there you have it, folks. 4 from the store. Now the one from my door is one of the funner products that I have because it's a pot holder. That's right, it's a pot holder. It's a hemp leaf pot holder. Um, and so again, this is probably one of the funnest products that I can have in my kitchen, as you can see. And here it's laying on our, if you look closely, on our hemp kitchen counter, which I don't show off enough. I may have to show that off again soon. Um, but yeah, that's a hemp board kitchen counter that we sealed, and has been now like 5 years. Still looks the same. Probably 5 years we did that, at least maybe 4 ago. Uh, so there you have it. The one for my door, my hemp pot holder. Isn't that fun? 4 from the store, one from my door on the product spotlight here on the High Noon Hemp Show. Hi everyone, welcome. If you're watching later, thanks for watching.
That's right. Which, of course, brings us, as always, to the most popular segment, maybe in internet history. I'm going to keep saying that until someone proves me wrong. I don't care. I'll stand by it. That's the hill I will die on, as the phrase goes. It's the best, greatest, most popular, most awesomest segment in the entire history of the whole internet. You can quote me on that. Thank you.
Quote him on that.
It is where hemp and fashion collide. And we ask Beach the most important question you'll hear asked all day, and of course he answers us in the beachwear segment. When I ask, "What are you wearing, Beach?"
That's right. And because it is summertime, um, they definitely got some summertime outfits this time of year. But if you look from top to bottom, here we go with my Hempy's. I'm sorry, yeah, Hempy's hat. Excuse me. Of course, I've been wearing my contacts more, and so of course I need to wear my hemp eyewear sunglasses. I have 3 or 4 pairs of these, so I'm going to be showing these off probably over the next July month or so. And then that is a Ono T-shirt printed here at Planet Everywhere with what I call the Super Hemp logo, uh, which I have a bunch of as well. Down below, you'll see the Prana shorts. Whoa, hey, look at me close up. Um, I've got my Prana shorts on, Hempy's belt holding those suckers up, my Green Springs Technology pen right there in my pocket, per usual. Um, head case briefs, old school head case briefs, Satori socks, and my Adidas Superstars. Again, this is probably one of my oldest pair of Adidas that I have. I think my black ones were my first pair that I bought, but these green ones might have been like the second. So these are probably, I'm guessing, 22 to 23 years old on those hemp Adidas Superstars right there. And so there you have it. If you were wondering, what are you wearing, Beach? Now you know. It's super hemp. I feel like I should always have like another shirt on over the top of that one and bust it open. I am not super hemp man. I am I am Jedi hemp. Yeah. I never, speaking of Jedi Hemp, and I usually watch the YouTube feed, and I don't know if I ever jumped in on it. I bet we're still live, though. Holy, we are still live. Yay.
Indeed.
I shouldn't say anything. We've got a couple shows glitch free.
That's right.
So
You just jinxed it. That's it.
I jinxed it. We're done now. Soon to have some type of glitch. Well, let's get on. We got a little bit of fun stuff again in this week's a lot more product. Again, it's just amazing to me how many more products I seem to come up with. This first one is a new um, bar. It's made by New, and New is actually the name. Um, this particular line, they're using hemp seeds, nuts, and acerella. And I'm not really sure acerella, Acerola. I'm not really. I'm gonna have to look up and see what that really is. But the cool thing is, again, 65% less sugar, which I think is probably the most important thing when it comes to a snack bar. The hemp seeds are obviously really good for you, but they're also using 100% compostable packaging. So, there. This is again thinking whole product. It's so funny how, right, you buy these health food bars, but they're packaged in crappy plastic packaging that can't be used for anything ever again. It's the same argument that I would say, and good for these people to be conscious from the product all the way to the packaging to everywhere. Um, it's the same thing I've always said about the hemp industries. If you're going to sell products or make hemp products, then wear hemp clothing when you go out to to show the public. I don't care what you're making. From whatever it may be, is your hemp product. You should also be wearing hemp um, when you go out to market that product. But so good for New. I'm going to. I don't know if I can find those. I'm sure I might be able to order them online, check them out. But I definitely like what they've got going on there, not just because of the hemp seeds, but the whole product idea. I found an article, 25 best foods for protein. So, of course, it included a segment with 4 seeds. And what I think is really funny is hemp is the last one listed, but it's the most uh, grams. So 3.5 ounces, 100 grams of hemp seed has 30 grams of protein. Okay. It's twice what chai seeds are. It's 3 times more than what sunflower seeds are. And it takes an entire cup of flax seed to compare to that. So I don't know why it wasn't on top. Like, why do you even talk about the rest of them when it comes to that? So once again, if you're looking to add protein or supplement meat protein for uh, vegetative protein, then once again, hemp seed is proving to be the number one choice there. Uh, Study from Michigan Medicine, I guess. Like Michigan Medicine, was that the name of the group? Michigan Medicine Research. Anyway, suggested that CBD does potentially have analgesic properties. What that means is it relieves pain. Any drug or substance, I suppose, that uh, relieves pain. Say that correctly. It is an analgesic, and they're proving that this is one of those. And of course, we know it says it might help with inflammation. I'm pretty sure we know. I don't know what kind of study they did that didn't prove it. I guess they didn't maybe use humans. I don't know. And help with anxiety and sleep. Again, most of our customers already know that. But I think the whole goal was to show that it can help with fibromyalgia, which I know that it does because I've received emails from our customers telling me that they use the CBD for their fibromyalgia. And so, um, good for them. We need more studies. We need more research. We need more people in the medical fields, saying yes, people should use this for these certain things, um, and move forward. Best sheets for heat. Speaking of the summer, um, Here's a pic of the, and this is kind of funny again. It's Batana is the name of the people that make them, but they're called the oat milk bundle. So instead of they're made out of hemp. I was so confused. I looked at this forever, like, are they made out of oat milk something, or are they? But I guess it's the color of them. They call it oat milk. I don't know why they're not just a hemp bundle. Um, again, not cheap. It's true, but these are supposed to be good sheets for the summer. Of course, I use hemp sheets, and I don't have much of a problem. But of course, I do try to keep it cool no matter where I am. It's the warmer it is, the less likely it is that I'm going to get sleep. So that's why this whole article was all about sheets that were help keep you cooler. And so some hemp sheets made the list. You got to look for the oat milk bundle by Botana, and hopefully look for them on sale because they are not cheap. It's true.
Yeah.
Uh, but you know, that's what we're dealing with too. Bringing the prices down. A company calling themselves Canna Horse has launched its first product, and it's called Equilibrium. And now I can't say it. It's like Equilibrium. I'm not sure. Oral. Anyway, these oral packets contain 250 milligrams per unit. And again, it was designed and formulated specifically for the equine health. And that's where I'm messing up because I thought they were trying to do equilibrium. Equilibrium? There we go. I think that might be it. I got it. Um, and I was just talking like a month or so ago on the show about how a trainer got in trouble, got his horse disqualified from a victory, and suspended, I think, for a little while for testing positive for CBD.
Mhm.
And so, if you're not racing your horse, it's obviously a good thing for your horse to have. If you are racing your horse, it's obviously a good thing for your horse to have. It's not, and it shouldn't be a controlled substance or a performance enhancing drug on the horse list. Um, we can all see where uh, cannabis shouldn't be on anybody's performance enhancing drug list. Um, I think that if it wasn't, you would definitely see a lot more athletes that use it, and it's not to make them better athletes. It's more of a training thing, post training, pre training, all of those things. And again, we're seeing it right now. Fastest woman on the planet.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cannabis that made her that fast. I can tell you that. But I bet it helped her relieve some of the issues from training to be the fastest woman on the planet. And so, I don't care if it's CBD, THC, CBN, Delta 8, or whatever. None of those things are performance enhancing. None of those things give an athlete an edge any more than, say, taking a legal, so to speak, pharmaceutical substance for pain relief or taking an ice bath for that matter, in my opinion. I mean, whatever the athletes use to relieve the pressure on their bodies from this training, um, CBD should definitely be on there. And I definitely believe that THC should be as well, as we're seeing. And again, it won't happen in the United States with the NFL, and although the baseball did, in fact, they are no longer testing. The NBA has always had a very liberal THC stance for their basketball players. Um, you know, but the boxing world is in on CBD. The mixed martial arts world is in on CBD. These not what I would semi-pro well, those are both definitely pro sports. um, but um, we're seeing some of these smaller sports leagues, so to speak, and I don't want to say smaller, accepting CBD because they realize that it would make their sports better, not because it makes their athletes better, but because it keeps their athletes healthier. And I mean, that should be the goal. That should be the goal, is for the whatever league you play in should be looking out for your health, number one. And if there's something out there that can help with recovery or your health, um, then no league should be telling its athletes not to use it. So, uh, speaking of that, now you've got this Hull. You can show this picture of this. I think it's called Hull Complete Protein Powder, and of course, it contains hemp, faba beans, and bee protein. Um, and you get 20 grams of vegan protein per serving. And again, vegan option, just like I was talking about. But this is formulated for people who train with weights and weightlifting and whatnot, I'm sure, or any athlete that's, again, looking for that protein. I don't even want to say that you have to be a weightlifter, because most athletes are looking for high amounts of protein uh, to keep their bodies fit. And protein, muscle mass and all that stuff. We need it. We need protein. Humans need protein, pure and simple. Um, and so there's another product proving that, especially athletes, once again, or those people that that make their protein shakes in the morning, which is a big deal, um, because it's a better way to start your day with food products, so to speak, if you want to call it that. And that we know that hemp seed keeps you feeling full longer. It's another reason why it's in a lot of these protein shakes and whatnot, um, for people that are watching how many calories they eat a day to try to stay fit or healthy. Hemp is, once again, a great choice for that. But what is hemp the greatest choice for? Plastic. That's right. One word: plastic. Um, the Hemp Plastic Company has created a hemp based polymer resin that can be used to create hard plastics, basically, what would be made of hard plastics. This includes pens. I do have my pen. My pens are, well, one is 3D printed and another is actually injection molded. But they're talking drinkware, food containers, all kinds of great products that we can take petrochemically based plastics out of the equation for. Um, we'll do a little bit more research on the Hemp Plastic Company and see, exactly what it is they're doing, um, or what is available, so we can try to get some of that stuff. Add that to the hempware. So we have knives, forks, and spoons made out of hemp composite. Um, the hemp toothbrushes, hemp composite. Little containers made out of hemp composite that we have. But it'll be awesome to have, I think, reusable plates, hemp plastic, hemp composite, I should say. It's not plastic, because plastic has to have oil in it, or petrochemical oil, because composites have oil in it. It's hemp oil. See how easy it is? We can grow it from the seed every 5 months or so, or we can keep drilling it out of the ground until we don't have any more. You choose. Choose hemp. I'm not really giving you a choice. Choose hemp. Oh, so that's all the news we have for this week. I got a little bit of events going on here in July. I have noticed, and here's the deal, folks. There's no trick to this. You just go to that little Google thing and you put in hemp events, and stuff pops up. They love to tell you. Um, that's how I do it. So, if you're looking for an event that I'm talking about, I do try to get them onto the website if I can. If not, just Google hemp events. and it, it may show up, and there's stuff from all over the country, all over the world. Sometimes shows up on hemp events, and so there's a little bit going on here in July. This weekend is the Show Me State or the Show Me Hemp event. I believe it's in Missouri. So I'm not sure where that was. I didn't get any more information on it. I promised that, and I didn't get it. Um, and so sorry about that. Uh, July 10th, you have Hemp Fest, 12 to 6, Sanborn, New York. If you're anywhere near Sanborn, New York, go to the Hemp Fest. I believe these are some Saturday events. Evening on the hemp farm from 4 to 7 at the Bell Buckle, Tennessee. Not Belt, Bell Buckle, just so you know. Um, Next Monday, one of my favorite events to talk about, the Hemp Coffee and Books from 5 p.m. to 6:10 p.m. at Cafe Dryad, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And I did fail to mention that Saturday is 7:10. 7:10, if you don't know, is a little holiday celebrated by some people in the cannabis world. Um,
Indeed.
so if you celebrate 7:10, um, celebrate responsibly, as we like to say. Next week will be the last show before the Hemp Week show. July 17th through the 23rd is Hemp Week. And so that show is going to be, I have decided you want to be here for that. If you have never seen, or maybe you've seen it and you just want to see it again, my presentation, I am going to go through my hemp presentation, which is past, present, and future, basically, breaking down, all the products and whatnot. It's a good presentation. I'm telling you right now, you want to be there. And if you're not there, you can always watch it later. Just know it's coming. That'll be the Hemp Week. We're gonna have a different. Just so you know, I don't want everybody to complain during Hemp Week when the show's gonna be a little different. You won't get to see the "What are you wearing" beach.
Oh,
I don't know. I might slide it in. I might try to slide it in there somewhere in the presentation, maybe.
maybe riots.
I don't want to. I don't want to promise it's not going to be there because
Dark
it may.
email.
It may. We'll
Flood of
see.
hate emails.
That's right. Don't you dare. So that's Hemp Week, July 17th through the 23rd. Wherever you're going to be, try to celebrate Hemp Week. Um, July 17th, if you want to start Hemp Week off, and you're in the Kentucky area, Frankfort, you've got the Kentucky CBD and Hemp Show at the Capitol Plaza in Frankfort, and so that would be a good start to Hemp Week for sure. And then August 5th, you've got the Kentucky Hemp Association annual conference and trade show in Louisville. So if you're in Kentucky, if you're a member, go. If you're not, join, be a member, and then go. Kentucky, I can almost assure you, you will learn as much as you need to know about industrial hemp on every aspect, from the Kentucky Hemp Association. They've been doing it for a long time. Then middle August, August 20th through the 21st, you got the Southern Hemp Expo in Nashville, Tennessee. And so there you have it. I didn't have any questions. I don't know that I have any thoughts. I feel like I get most of my thoughts out during the show, and then by the end, it's like, well, I just told you all my thoughts for this week. I need more questions. I need more questions. It's true. Um, and so, embrace hemp as always. That is my thought for this week, as it is every week. Um, you know, Again, as much as, and I always have to say this, it ended very poorly for the Native Americans. Hemp did in fact play a huge role in uh, America becoming the United States and seceding from the Europeans and winning the American Revolution and supplying hemp to this land until 1937. So, I mean, it was 200 years, not even that, 150 years roughly. It was essential to the United States. And then the United States decided to say, screw it, we're done. 1937 came along, they got really bored, and they made industrial hemp illegal to grow for everyone, anyone, all parties in the United States. Anyway, my thoughts are that's the government for you, isn't it?
Yep.
But we're back. It's back. Hemp is back. Hemp is back. And we're gonna. And I've always said that once we legalized again, that the United States would do what it does for a lot of things, and that was hopefully make it bigger and better and more consumer friendly. Um, and it'll be everywhere, and the world will be a great place. So that's the goal, folks, here on the High Noon Hemp Show. Thanks for watching. If you're watching later, I do appreciate it. And remember, reduce, reuse, recycle. Make everything else out of hemp. Having temptations.
See you all next week.